bump it up. All right, we got the boys lifting up the Corvette here, so it's a 72, last two bumper cars, and it runs pretty good, but we're going to put a carburetor on it, and we just got to evaluate this car for right now. You'll see this back in the fall. We're going to paint it, so, and he wants, this is not actually the original color of the car, it's very, very close, but it's not the original color, so he wants to go back to, it's called the Orient Orange or something like that. It's still like this, so it's not a true orange car, but small blocks, got headers on it, runs real good, but like I said, it's got a manual choke on it, so we're going to change it to automatic choke, and then we're going to see what we can find out underneath it while it's up in the air. Keenan from Freedom Tire Guys is going to come put tires on it, and we'll probably end up doing shocks and things, just drivability stuff for right now. So we got the 37 is over at the alignment shop, and now we're doing this because I got a bunch of cars over there that need evaluation. So we're going to put her up in the air, and we'll take a look at what's underneath. Oh, we're getting Flowmaster mufflers on it too because he wants it loud, so we can do that. Hey everybody, we got our 72 Corvette in and up in the air so we could do an inspection on it. There's been a lot of work done to this car, but it still needs some. We found a couple of things that concern us. Both front wheel bearings are loose, upper control arm bushings on the driver's side, and then I don't know if you can see it over here. You got a flashlight? Right there. We got some rust in the rear control arm of this car, so we'll have to check with him on what we're going to do with that. But it's that's not cool in a performance car. Rear shocks don't appear to be leaking, but they're aged. The front ones are new. We're going to probably end up having to put an oil pan in it because the oil pan gasket's leaking. In order to get this oil pan out, we're going to have to drop the front suspension, just the tie rods and the steering stabilizer and whatnot out of the way. Other than that, I mean, they've got all new brakes on it, all new brake hoses. Ball joints are all tight. It's actually pretty roadworthy. It's got getting new tires put on it because they're dated 1996, I think. Which, a tire can look great, but once you read the date on it, let me go all the way around to find it. Yeah, okay, they're 1996. Somewhere there's a date on that tire, but we saw that the other day when Keenan was here looking at what size we're going to put on this car. And then we'll have it back in the fall for body work and paint and whatnot. He wants to enjoy the summer, so we're going to put some a little bit louder mufflers on the car. It's got a nice lope to the idle, but you can't really hear it because the mufflers are super quiet. So we're going to he wants it loud, not loud, but he wants people to know that it's a Corvette. So we'll go from there. I'm going to give him a call so he can come down here and look underneath it, and I'll point out everything to him, and we'll figure out where we want to go on this one, and we'll get started on it. But like I said, we get the 37 out of here now, so we can start doing some inspections and giving these people an idea of what they're going to be in for. But that's it with this one. I mean, it's got some oil leaks and things like that. It's a C3. They're not hugely expensive cars, but this is my personal favorite. It's the 63 to 67 is, but as far as this body style, this C3s, this is the last favorite one for me because it has chrome front and rear bumpers instead of just a chrome front bumper and a plastic back bumper, and then the following year they did plastic all the way around, which I don't like plastic. I like metal. But that's about it. I mean, it's got some oil leaks here and there, and nothing major. It's just a, you know, it's an old car that's been driven around a little bit. So we can certainly address all of these things. This is more than likely a steering box that's going to need rebuilt. And it's got, you know, it's got some oil on it here and there. Brake master cylinder, if you can see up there, the brake master cylinder was leaking, but if you look at it, it's got a new master cylinder on it. So they've already done all of the brake stuff on this car, so we don't really have to worry about that. And that's it. I'll give him a call, find out what he wants to do. We'll give you all a checklist of what we're doing, and then show you how to do it. So we'll see you in a bit. Hey everybody, this is Robert. This is his 72 Corvette that you saw in a couple of previous videos when we brought it in, and then the one today when we went over what we found wrong with the car. And he's very happy because there's really not a lot wrong with this car. We're going to address a few things today: the upper control arm, wheel bearings. Probably going to leave the oil leaks, things like that. We're going to have this car back in the fall for paint, so we'll probably do some stuff then to it. But we're going to make it drivable. It's summertime here, extreme summertime. And he wants to drive the car. Now he's a big Audi guy. He's got an S4 that's tuned and lowered, and it's kind of bad. But you know, Corvette, it's a Corvette. So
and it's a V8.
And it's a V8, and it's got that sound.
I need a V8 in my life.
Yep. We're putting Flowmaster mufflers on it to give it a little bit of tone because, like I said previously, it's got a nice lope to the idle, but you can't hear it. So we're going to make it so you can hear it. And how long did your sister, they had this since?
They've had this since 97.
Since 97.
So under unfortunate circumstances, the car has found its way to me, and they were huge Corvette people. They had 3 of them, and they breathed Corvettes, and I always, you know, hung around them a lot and kind of admired Corvettes, but I wasn't in the scene like they were. But, you know, as I have been hanging around this car, I've really grown to appreciate it, and I've researched it a little bit, and I know the 72's got some cool storylines to it with the chrome bumpers.
That's when the whole love affair ended for me.
Yeah,
right there.
And the lines on this on the C3, you know, they really do stand up over the test of time. It's still a really beautiful car, so I'm gonna try to keep it in the family, and you guys are going to help me do that.
We will. We will. Now you're having Canaan's coming to put tires on it too, right?
Yeah, that's right. We're going to put fresh rubber on it. Those may have a lot of tread on them, but those tires are way past their prime in terms of their age.
They're good for holding up a car.
Exactly.
But because they're as old as your sister had the car in '96. That's right. I mean, they've only put 1,500 miles on this car since 1996.
That's right.
So. You know, it's bound to have a little seepage under there and things, and over time driving it, you begin to seal some of that stuff up. I have actually seen leaks stop because you got to lubricate the seals. And we used to put a little bit of brake fluid in the oil for an old car that would swell the seals.
Interesting.
You know, not quite like putting sawdust in the rear end to stop the noise, but a similar life hack.
I guess the number one mod I'm looking forward to from you guys is the mod that's going to make this thing simple to start.
Yes, yep. Well, that's what we're going to do. We initially talked about putting a carburetor on the car with an electronic choke. There's just a conversion we can buy from Summit Racing, and it's already on the way, and we'll just convert this carburetor to electric choke, but we're also going to tune it because the car does run pretty rich. It's rich, which is it's cool, but you know, it's better than lean. But we can make it so it doesn't. I mean, just backing it in here, it was like, wow, man, that's okay.
I was having that experience even with the car being at my sister's. I'd fire it up, and she'd be running, and then the carbon monoxide detectors are going off in the house.
I took them all out of when I first got into this shop. I had smoke and carbon monoxide and all that, so I had to take them all down because it just you run something for a little while and it starts making beep, 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 and then the fire department shows up. I'm like, well, we can't have that. However, I do have a lieutenant in the fire department that found out we're here. He's bringing me his 66 Galaxy for vintage air, so it worked out. Thank you, Cove.
That's great.
You know, even though I don't subscribe to Cove anymore.
Awesome.
But we'll get it taken care of. So
Excited about it.
Cool.
Can't wait to hear it and get it back out.
I want to see it with the top
And
down.
Get the top down. It looks great.
Yeah.
And get it out on the road.
Yep. Cars and coffee.
We'll go take it for a drive around here. And
Yeah, absolutely.
Get some,
show it
top
up.
down cruising.
The Saturday night they have a cruise
Up
in
at
Providence.
Yeah,
I mean, just people are going to adore this car.
Yeah.
And the thing that initially made me happy about it's not red. You know, it's
an interesting color.
It's an interesting color. It's like you said, it's not quite the
not the
original
original.
color, but it's very close.
Yeah.
And it's just
you don't see a ton of them like this.
right. A gentleman went out and bought this car. It wasn't a kid that wanted a hot rod Corvette.
Right.
You know, it's not black. It's not white. It's not silver. It's not yellow.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
it's
Right.
just it's a classy color. And normally not a huge fan of wire wheels,
Yeah.
but they work on this car. They look good on this car.
Well, I picked those out. It's one of the first things I think he bought when he got his hands on the car. And
Yep.
They're unique. You know, everybody does the rally wheel.
Exactly.
And this is a little different. I'm going to stick with them for now.
I would.
Yeah.
I would. I like them.
Yep.
But that's it. We'll cut you loose, and
All right.
I'm probably gonna move this out and get another one in here to take a look at it. But
Yeah.
it's come in. We know what we got to do,
Yeah.
and we're gonna get right on it.
Yeah,
So
fantastic.
cool.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
Can't wait.
Yeah, go ahead. Turn the fans on.
All right.
Start this up once. All right, we got Jacob's 69 XL that came back in. He'd been driving it, loves it. We want to do electronic upgrade on it. You saw in the video, the last one, that the distributor did not want to come out of this car. Well, we were kind of excited to get it out, and then went ahead and finished the car and didn't even think to show you guys what we did. But I'm going to come along and show you now. But if you want to get in there and just fire it, and you could, I mean, the car runs like a top. Still got some exhaust leaks, things like that, but he actually wants to do some stuff on this car. We also put an internally regulated alternator on it. Got rid of the voltage regulator that was over there. There you go. Once that exhaust leak is fixed, it's actually pretty bad. It doesn't even shake. This is just something he's doing, you know, as he gets the time. I mean, this guy's daily driver is a Roush Mustang, and he enjoys driving this car. So he's got old blood. But he picked out a cool one. It sat for 20 years. We got it going. That's what we do. We put, I was going to say, no, I'm not going to say my analogy is what we do. We fix cars. That's what we do. And the older and weirder, the better. So we're, the next couple of days, getting some of these cars that I've told you guys about and that you've seen coming in and commented, hey, you're taking a lot of stuff in, but not a lot of stuff going out. Well, we just went through a bout of a bunch of stuff going out. So now we got to figure out what we're doing as far as the new ones. Did I show them that truck yet?
I don't think we did.
We also fix to pull that balloon in.
Right, we will. This truck came in yesterday. It's a 56 F100 that's been converted to an LS, believe it or not. Kind of neat. off.
No, you gotta pick it up. Hold on, let me pick this side up.
Okay, it's got an LS in it.
Cut.
It's got some goofy, terrible hinges on it, but yeah, it's got a little 5.3 LS in it. Runs real nice. His eventual plan on this is a Coyote, which we kind of want to be in on that, because a Coyote in this truck would be quite a handful. Originally, this truck was modified using a 430 out of a 63 Lincoln. So the rear end was actually out of a 63 Lincoln, and that's why them goofy flares are on there. We all initially thought that was fiberglass, that somebody just fiberglassed them on. That's actual steel fabricated fender flares that somebody did. So we'll probably end up, when we paint this, we'll probably end up just putting these fenders in away and putting a new set of fenders on it. Between the time it would take to do this and the time it would take to unbolt it and bolt new ones on, it's going to be a lot less. Because the truck's fuel injected, it's got an electric pump. Pump's kind of loud. It really resonates inside the truck quite a bit. So we're going to figure out what we can do about that. This will have to come in and go up on a lift shortly too. So, but it's a pretty cool truck. I mean, late model drivetrain. It's even got an OBD2. Just plug it in, it'll tell you what's wrong.
Yeah, and they did a nice job of it, didn't they?
They did a really nice job installing that motor. They did not do quite as nice job on the outside. Maybe at some point it was. Not a big green fan.
What's them seats look like they came out of Lincoln?
They are. He used Lincoln, well, whoever had it before used all Lincoln stuff in it. So,
What's the key look like?
it's Lincoln.
Not the key for this.
For this? I don't know. We'll go find out.
It looks like some model car code.
Get that 100 green on there.
What was that stuff? Tester?
Go ahead.
So you hear that pump? You can really hear that pump over everything. I mean, it cracks them up. We're gonna try and find out a way to get a quieter pump on it for them. But
Probably them rubber bushings.
yeah, it may be. If it's bolted directly to the frame, it's going to make some noise. But I mean, it's a good running little 5.3. And it's a nice spot. They did a really nice job doing it. Yeah, they are. There's that. Let's go over here, shut that one off. And we'll go over and take a look at one more. And these are all vehicles that we're going to look over in the next couple of days. So again, like I said, we know where we stand on them and what people can expect we're going to do, and then we can sit down with them and discuss what they want to do. Davey Huffman, what's going on, man? Got some Porsche pieces?
Yeah. I was gonna try to drag your damn dude down here with that frame, man. I'm wiped out.
Yeah. I don't blame you. Let me show him what's going on here. I'll be right back. This is a future project too. We'll get to that. It's just a cool car to have around. This, well, I want to say wonderful, but I just can't. So this is a 65 Galaxy. factory 390 4-speed bucket seat console car. Yes, I know it's got bumpers in it and stuff like that. He doesn't. He wants it to run, and that's what we're going to do with this car. We're just going to get it going for him, and he'll be a return customer too, I'm sure. We'll,
Jim can't open hoods today.
no, I can't. Okay. It's a 390. Apparently, at some point, it got rebuilt, and then somebody started drinking booze in it. But it's been sitting for quite a while. But I don't think this car is going to be a major issue to get it going. Yeah, we may want to disconnect that fuel line and just run it off a can, because God knows what's in them lines. We'll have to take a look at what's going on. But
Same thing we did with the other Galaxy.
yeah. We're the Galaxy gurus right now. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 Galaxies here. So, and a 5th one coming, or 4, whatever. We got a lot of Galaxies. We got more Galaxies than anyone else.
We got more Galaxies now than Mustangs.
Yes. We have more Galaxies than outer space.
Good thinking.
That's good. I know. Quick too, huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
reference. Yeah. Like,
I think some people will know what I'm talking about.
I like that movie Men in Black.
We need a Ford guy to come to work here.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, because Dodge and Chevy, we need a Ford guy.
Right.
That Ford
So
guy
we can all
probably-
talk.
Yeah, you're
A-hole.
you're the LS guy, which
A-hole.
you're working here with us
As
now.
long as they don't drive the
I don't
little...
know what I'm doing around here, do it.
Yeah, you can't plug in your computer.
I'm learning.
I don't want no Mustang douchebags. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we know who they are. But I do have a box of wood screws, the drywall screws, because every 5-liter Mustang I've ever taken apart has had drywall screws holding something together. It's got to be on one of their forums or something.
oh yeah.
Use drywall screws; they fit everything. Stop that rattle. Yep.
Most LS guys are like LS swap everything.
Yes,
I
LS
don't
swap
like
the
that.
world. I'm not crazy about that either.
I like the old Chevy small block and the
Big blocks.
old big blocks and
Yeah,
original
I like
motors,
carbureted stuff. That's
Any
what
engine.
we do. Big blocks are cool. Small blocks are cool. Blowers, turbos.
too. This
whatever.
motor wants to run. It just needs a little help.
Yeah, it
And here we
doesn't.
are.
Yeah, and here we are.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right.
I'm a fan of this motor just because this is what we're working on right now.
That's
Hopefully it works out. It ain't knocking when we start it up. So
Well, we've had
it's
good
got a
luck
beer
with
can
stuff
down
like
here,
this,
so.
Is that a beer can, or is that some sort of Truly
No,
or
that's
something?
Miller Lite.
Miller Lite.
Must be keeping the fuel line off.
Don't do
the
drugs,
The water
kids.
pump.
I think vapor locking.
Yeah. Miller Lite.
Nice heat shield.
Yeah, it's like the champagne of beers. No, that's Miller High Life. Miller Lite's
I'm not
just-
an alcoholic, so.
Miller Lite is lake beer. That's what everybody drinks on the lake.
Lake?
Miller Lite. Yep. By the gallons.
That's that claw, that bird claw drink.
White
So
Claw.
we
We should be able to get this one going pretty quick. I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, we dropped it off the trailer a couple of weeks ago, and there it's at. We didn't do it. Woo! Yeah. Okay. It's gonna need a radiator too. So.
Head gasket.
No, it's probably not a head gasket. It's probably just.
Rusty?
Yeah. Yep. All right, so we've checked out the Corvette, we checked out the 63 Galaxy. Now the 65's come in and showed you the pickup truck, showed you Davey Huffman. Corvair is going to have to come in because he's pulling the motor out of mine. So he's going to rebuild the motor in my car, so we're going to get his in here pretty quick. But we got some room, so now I'm going to screw that all up and fill everything back up. Still haven't told you much about the Catalina, but we'll do that soon. Got another Mustang back there. We're going to bring that one in today and have a look at that. Let me show you guys something, okay? You know, it's I don't know if you can see on video or not.
Oh, it's clear.
That is a tire track from Waste Pro garbage truck. Look what they did. Look at my hood.
Yeah, we were supposed to paint that and put that on somebody's car.
Yeah, so now we're going to get another hood, but I'm going to call them.
true.
And the bad thing is the customer found it this morning.
Yes, the customer. Oh, he's the one that found the
Yeah.
damage.
I was in the shop this morning. He come in. He said, "Hey, did y'all's trash go out last night?" I said, "Yeah, I think so." And he said, "They ran over my hood." I'm like, "All right, let's go look at this." That sucks. Good way to get the day
And
started.
there's a little drag truck there. I don't have the centers on it, but we stanced that truck and put the lightning wheels on it. I did find an automatic transmission for it, so we're going to do that, and then we going racing. Matt's going racing in his little car, but they end up fighting. Drag racing's a family thing. Everybody gets along.
Right.
Circle track, full redneck. All them cars, they are so deep south that they sound like cornbread. If cornbread had a sound. But, all right, turn some. It does. It does. We cook it too long.
Yeah.